There should be a prerequisite for this shir. Teeth.
Smiles.
Or, yeah, but actually not teeth, because people look very nice when they go like this too. Very dignified smile when it's closed mouth, not like...
Chavrusa's away for a month.
Teeth. We got to see teeth, boys. Teeth. Let us delve into a very short and sweet, easy piece. Sweet and easy and just Shabbos bigger piece from the Rebbe on this Shabbos, on Parshas Chayei Sara. Such a big Shabbos, such a huge parsha with a lot going on. But there's one nekuda that hey Kenny, perfect timing. There's one nekuda that the Rebbe is going to pick up on. So if you look at the bottom piece here on the right column, the pasuk says, "Vayevi'er Yitzchak ha'ohela Sara imo." Yitzchak brings Rivka into his mother's tent. Remember, she just died. Vayikach et Rivka v'tehilo li'isha. Takes her to be his wife. Vaye'avea, and he loves her. Vayinachem Yitzchak acharei imo. So, I want to talk for a second about the concept of nechama. How do we usually translate nechama? And the way the world, it's usually referred to as a consoling factor. The first time it's, sorry? Right. Now the first time it's used in the Torah, it's actually not used at all. It's used as regret. Vayinachem Hashem. Ala ra'ah. Like you see that God, it seems like God regrets what he created. Is the end of Parashat Bereshit. I heard from my Rabbi who Mamish is landing right about now, so it's very exciting. He's landing in Eretz Yisrael today for 3 months. That he said that nechama actually means having the chokhmah to find another way of dealing with reality. When you console someone for real, you're basically, a real consolation is showing them to a certain extent how they can go on with life despite the tragedy that they went through.
We just went out with Donnie.
Mamish?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Story of Regil Khan or Eliezer. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, how did he talking about consolation?
Yeah. Bringing people out of a dark place.
Right.
Yeah.
So Rivka did that to Yitzchak. But the thing is, like, how did she do that is a whole nother story. But we have a Rashi, which is very, very helpful for us. So look over here, he says it like this. Odot hadlakat ner Shabbat etzel Sara imenu, v'chen etzel Rivka imenu. The Rebbe says, we have an Indian, we know something about Shabbos licht, about lighting candles. Sara imenu, Rivka imenu. By the way, that's the first Lubavitcher Rebbe we started in our house. that our daughters started lighting Shabbos candles at the age of 3. It's a beautiful, beautiful minhag. I didn't grow up like that. My sisters only began lighting, I believe, when they got married. That's how it is in most of the world. But in Lubavitch, they start lighting when they're 3. Mamish, Rivka, Imenu, Sarah, Imenu, energy with them when they're 3 years old. So regarding the lighting of the Shabbos candles by Sarah and by Rivka, Amru Chazal, and Rashi brings this, Shehaya ner daluk me'erev Shabbat le'erev Shabbat. There was a candle that was lit, that stayed lit from Erev Shabbos until the following Erev Shabbos. It's a famous Rashi that we have in our Parsha. You've heard this Rashi before, right? Vehine, so what does the Rebbe say like this? Very interesting. Vehine ha'uvda shener Shabbat haya dolek me'erev Shabbat le'erev Shabbat hu inyan shel nes. That's pretty miraculous. That's a tremendous miracle. That a candle stayed lit for, we have inyanim by us and Yidden and candles staying lit, and we have this. We have a whole beautiful yontif, a holiday from this. But what is he saying over here? What is the Rebbe saying over here? Let's just we just read the Rashi, be like, oh, the candle stayed lit for a week. That's a miracle for a candle to stay lit for a week, unless they brought a candle made out of wax that was like the size of God knows what, right? Which we know did not exist. That was not the story over here. Sheken bederach hateva, second line from the bottom, Yachol haner liot daluk b'meshech zman katzar bilvad. According to nature, candles can't stay lit for that long. It has a limitation. וכפי שמצינו בהלכה, ששיעור הדלקת הנר הוא עד לאחרי סעודת ליל שבת, ובוודאי לא שבוע שלם. How long does a candle have to stay lit, even in halachic measurements? From the time you light before Shabbos until after the Seudah. So I would say, depends what kind of a karbach meaning you're davening at, that would define how long the end of the Seudah. How much oil you need to put in. Yeah, measure according to. See, let's do a kav schus. Maybe that's why that guy was complaining the other week that he said davening was too long, because he wanted to be yotze the chova of how long his Shabbos candles were lit. And with a shorter davening, he'd be yotze the halacha of...
We should start giving out big candles.
Right. Join Shirat
Give davening Friday night davening.
Based on that, give the candle.
Before we light candles.
Right.
How much oil was lit?
Right. Mission statement. Shirat David. How much oil does Lecha Daidi take? Fire. Nice one. Nice one. So the Rebbe says like this, Val Pizei no muvan. Something's not understandable here. Mikevan shener Shabbat haya dolek be'ofen nisi. Since the way the Shabbos candle was lit was miraculous, harei bevadai haya bekocho le'ayir be'ofen shel ein sof. Meaning, it could have... What's that?
Could have just stayed lit.
Could have just stayed lit. If it's lit for a week, there's a certain nature within the miracle that these miracles only last for a week. Understand the question what the Rebbe is saying? If it's staying lit for a week, hi mashma, this means that it could stay lit forever.
That was what I was thinking of the miracle was. Not that it
stopped after a week.
Every week it would. I don't know if that's what it says. Did it go out boom, Friday afternoon, all of a sudden.
Very good, very good. The Rebbe is going to pick up on that. Very good what you're saying. ואם כן, מהו הטעם לכך שהנר דלק רק עד ערב שבת הבא ולא המשיך לדלוק עוד? So according to this, the question, he's saying, then what's the reason that it blew out, or it went out, the following Erev Shabbos? What's the Indian here? What kind of miracle is this? What's going on over here? So look what the Rebbe in his genius does with this. See, the Rebbe never lets us off the hook. Even when he gives us nice, sweet Voitlach, he's always basically giving you deep Musar. But in a way that only the Rebbe could do it, where you feel like he's, going like this to you, but really he's going like this to your soul, like Mamash pushing you really strong. Look what the Rebbe does with how he built, what he just built up. והביאור בזה, בוודאי היה בכוחו של נר זה להאיר באופן נצחי לעולמי עד. Of course, this candle could have been lit forever. Are we doubting, or are we putting any limits onto Hashem's kochot me'al hateva? We're not putting any limits onto it. So first of all, yes, it's not like these miracles only lasted for a week. The nature of the miracles that the candle blew out. He's saying the Ribono Shel Olam is teaching us something so concrete, something so important, by showing us that the candle went out before the next Shabbos. What is he teaching us? And by the fact that it illuminated until the following Erev Shabbos, but not more, It's only to give an opportunity. שבערב שבת הבא יוכלו להדליק נר שבת באופן נעלה יותר. What a Torah. What a Torah. What did he just say? This is so deep. Huh? This is so deep what he just said.
That the fire only gets big. You use that next Shabbos to make that next week's fire.
Saying, you want to keep on going through a recreation of the world in the same state of light? As miraculous as that miracle is?
The light has to keep getting brighter.
It has to be bigger.
It can't be enough that you have a miracle of the light for the week.
You see, I always think about this. I always think about this to say for Rosh Hashanah drasha, and I choose not to because I don't want to be too depressing at Leil Yantiv. But this is what goes on in my mind the last week of El every year. To build a whole drasha, asking everyone to go inside and say, on a klali level, has my light shined brighter this year? This last year?
You can see how easy it would be to say, well, look how holy I am. My light stayed lit the whole week.
Right. That's not the point.
Right.
That's survival mode. That's not thriving mode. So the Rebbe is saying, don't ask yourself that only on a whole year level. That's how Jews go from Shabbos to Shabbos. Am I now able to light it even brighter? It gives us the opportunity. When something is removed from you, it's not, oh, look what I just lost. It's like, look what I have the opportunity to do right now, and on an even greater scale. That is how he explains the reason why the miracle worked in the manner in which it worked. To give Yidden an opportunity to light the Shabbos candles on a much higher, unexalted way. So what's the Lemaisa? What's the Lemaisa from this so far? We live from Shabbos to Shabbos, and there is sometimes an energy of, when I come to Shul Friday night, I made it through that one, right? Now sometimes it's just the way it is. But the Rebbe is saying, a Yid has, through what we learn here about the nature of the miracle of Rivka, that the way we live our lives that's not the way, I made it through this. The way I live my life is, am I so excited that now I can turn on Shabbos even stronger and better. That's what was given to me. That's the gift that's given to me by the whole recreation of the world every week, in and out. Not for it to be the same. Where did we go in our Yiddishkeit where comfort began to be the domain? How did that happen?
Well, the Eish Kodesh spoke about it this week. We got swallowed up by a culture that it's about being comfortable.
It's about finding the... Don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. If it's not broken, don't fix it. It's not how it works in Yidden. If your heart's not broken from the world, then you're really broken, right? It's a good thing. You're in the world. You experience a whole new week. But if your experience of the whole new week leads you to keep Shabbos, or I want to say to keep Shabbos, to light up Shabbos the same way that you did last week, you're not lighting Rivka, you're not lighting Sarah Imeinu's licht. It's not her light. It's not her fire. It's a fire. It's a Yotzei Dechova, a certain fire. But it just, this one word he said here touched my heart so deep that, Shabbos has to be, every single Shabbos, you have to tune in again to what, let's say like Friday afternoon is such intense energy. Why is it always such intense energy? The tzaddikim speak about this. Obviously, the achanas for Erev Shabbos, it's always so insane in the house. But according to this, why is it so insane in the house? Why are the energies so upside down? And because a light just went out.
Hold on, we were aware the light just went out. Okay.
But how do you respond to that? A light just went out. So there's no light for, let's say, I don't know, from like Mincha to, I don't know how long it is, right? Erev, whatever that is. But it's the door's open now. It's stimming now.
I gotta say a story now. I gotta read this story. I'm gonna be on the Moshav for Shabbat, and this is my team for that. Because we have this story in our family that my grandmother, she was visiting my uncle one time on the Moshav, and they would stay downstairs, like, the houses on the Moshav, they're like these small little houses, so like, the downstairs was like this total separate, like shack apartment thing that they stayed in. So she wanted to go light where she was staying. So she lit a candle, and she was trying to walk around to the back of the house to light Shabbos candles. And what happened was, every time she went down towards the back of the house, the light would go out. And it's getting closer and closer to Shabbos. This is my grandmother here on the Moshav. They're visiting Eretz Yisrael. She's freaking out that she's not going to be able to light Shabbos candles on time and in the place that she wanted to, and it's very disturbing to her. And in true Moshav fashion, some random man with a white beard and white clothing, she says is Eliyahu Hanavi, and we always joke, we're like, you're on the Moshav, Bobby, you're on the Moshav. Everybody dressed like that, you know, like really. But
everyone saw things like that.
But the honest, right, exactly, there you go, on the other end. But the honest truth is, like, it had to have been, because what ended up happening is, he comes to her and he goes, Mother, what's wrong? She started crying. She was crying. She's like, I can't, like, and there was no one there to help her. Mother, what's wrong? She's like, I can't light candles. I'm having a problem keeping my candle lit. It just won't stay lit. This is Erev Shabbos. This is exactly what we're talking about. And he walks alongside with her. They light the candle. He walks alongside with her. They walk towards that area. She says the bracha, lights candles. She turns around, she can't find him again. They ask on Shabbos, who is this guy with a white beard? No one on the Moshav knows a guy with a white beard and a white linen. And she was able to light Shabbos candles again. It's like, to this Torah and that story, absolutely.
Wow, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Let's go back inside. La'acharei, guys see where it says that word la'acharei? לאחרי שעובר שבוע שלם מאז שיהודי הדליק נר שבת בערב שבת, it's been a week since a Yid lit a Shabbos candle. הרי מכיוון שבמשך שבוע זה נתווסף בחייו של היהודי, must be that this past week a lot of things have been added on in the life of a Yid. הן בנוגע לחיי הגוף, whether it's physical things, והן בנוגע לחיי הנשמה, and obviously things have been added on into your soul. And obviously we know, all the more so it's got to be things, there have been things that we're more sensitive about regarding things been added onto your soul. Something is added on as well in the life of a body, in the physical world, when things are added on into your soul, meaning there's more room in your physicality to now mekadesh Shem Shamayim when your soul has expanded. That's important. Sheken etzel Yehudi nishmato ikar begufo tavel. We know that by Yid the neshama is the ikar and the guf is secondary. Kach she'aguf nigrar acharei haneshama. The body is, how do you say nigrar? Schlepped along, right? No, there's a word for it. Like grar is like a toe, right? It's dragged. Yes, it's dragged by the neshama. The body is dragged by the neshama. Lachen, the Rebbe says, therefore, be'erev Shabbos haba nidreshet peula nosefet shel hadlaka. Therefore, in the following week, there's demanded another action of hadlaka, of lighting by man, al yedei adam atachton, by man that's down here. She'avodah zot tieh be'ofen na'aleh yoter, that the way he does it should be even more exalted. Why? Because so much was added onto you this last week.
Not the same neshama you were the week before.
Right? מפני ההוספה שנתווספה בחייו במשך שבוע הזה, because of what was added onto him on this last week. Now you could say, what do you mean? I had such a hard week. We're not talking about easy or hard, good or bad. We're talking about experiencing life. Period.
Just the split of all the mitzvot you did in that week.
Period. It's not whatever. Whatever you lived, living, just the fact that you were around. ובמילא גם הפעולה דנר זה להאיר עד אין סוף תהיה באופן נעלה יותר. And ממילא also the action of lighting this candle for eternity, right, can be in a more exalted way. Like when you light a light every week, your machshava could be, now I'm lighting it for eternity, right? But then Hashem says, okay, that's how you have to feel when you light a Shabbos candle, but that's only good for this week. I'm going to stop you again next week. ולכן מפסיק הקדוש ברוך הוא את פעולת האור דנר שבת הדולק מערב שבת העבר שבכוחו להאיר עד אין סוף. God stops that which you thought that now can be lit forever. Why does God stop it? You were on such passion, such fire last week, right? So the Rebbe says, why would God stop the lighting of the candle? If you did it with such power and you had kavanas that it should light for eternity. Because that would be so boring. The rest of your life would be so boring. The Rebbe says, כדי שתהיה אפשרות ליהודי להדליק נר נוסף באופן נעלה יותר. So that you can light another candle, not just so that you could have another mitzvah under your belt, but so that the manner in which you're lighting the candles grows. Not just so that you could have more mitzvahs. God says, I'm going to stop this miracle from being constant and infinite. Not so you could say another one on your list. But it's so that that which you're already doing can be done so much better, so much higher, so much deeper, with so much more kavanas. So we see what the Rebbe did with this Rashi is that he showed us why did it happen, like what was the miracle, what was the nature of the miracle. But for our lives, it's another Erev Shabbos tomorrow. What is Erev Shabbos, Chayei Sara, Tafshin Ayin Chet going to be like? As opposed to not last year's Erev Shabbos, to last week's Erev Shabbos. How is the Kabbalah of Shabbos, the receiving of Shabbos, going to be more exalted tomorrow? God is going to stop a light that was lit last Friday, a spiritual light, an energy. And the house is going to start to feel crazy again like it always does on Friday afternoons. Even if you are downstairs in your office working. Upstairs it's still kind of crazy. It doesn't matter where you live, in the heart it's crazy. Why? Okay, so now we're going to be aware of it. Oh, it's that stuff again, right? And tomorrow afternoon, oh, it's that again. What an opportunity you're giving me, God, to reconnect myself to the nature of the miracle of the Shabbos licht of Sarah Imeinu and Rivka Imeinu. Because every single week is an opportunity to do the same mitzvah I did last week, whatever it is regarding the receiving of Shabbos, and do it on a more exalted level. Ashreinu, we should be privileged to have this energy of Avodas Hashem, show it to our children. That's how we keep Torah and mitzvahs. That every week, it's just another opportunity. God takes away something from us, just so that we could do it better, deeper, and sweeter. Sweeter, with more meaning. What a Rebbe. What a Torah. Shkoyach, everyone. Good Shabbos.